Uh-oh. Welcome back, everybody, to Minecraft The Journey with me, BugmanCX. Yes, I'm in a spruce forest of my own creation. I have been chopping and chopping and chopping. Can I chop in reverse? Not very well, but I've been chopping down all of these spruce trees because we're going to need a lot of spruce logs and planks to build ourselves a new trading hall for our villagers to reside in so that we can use them to access all of the things that they have on offer. So I've just been, doing a lot of this and it's getting very boring, and I'll be glad when we have enough materials for this build. We probably already do, to be honest. Look at this. There's so many trees that I have planted here. But before we do that, I just wanted to talk about something. I've been playing in this snapshot 12W23A. It is that 12W20 what are we in? I've lost track. 12W21A. This snapshot here is just so extremely buggy. As I've mentioned in the previous episodes, what happens is when you try and load the world, the game just freezes and it will not load the world. Or sometimes it'll load the world, but it won't really make the client-server connection thing properly, and you'll just fall through the world to nothingness, and eventually nothing happens. You just keep going and going and you have to quit out. And sometimes when you do get into the game, like I am right now, the game will just randomly crash. And the interesting thing about that is that in my inventory, I have, say, all of these iron pickaxes and my tools here and other things. Well, my player data doesn't save whenever the game crashes, so I lose anything in my inventory or any progress that I've made for anything to do with my player. Even where I'm standing doesn't get saved. It's really, really frustrating, and it seems like this change was made as part of the new client server model in the recent snapshots. So we might have to hopefully get these problems resolved over the next few snapshots that we upgrade to. But right now I'm just trying to put up with it as best that I can. Let's gather all these materials and get started on a build. You know what? This here is quite a big building. I measured out this front wall here, and this gave me an idea about what the sides would look like, and then of course it's just a case of mirroring it on the back. But I've done some work around the side here to give us some end walls as well. It's actually a little bit higher than this ground here, so I'm going to have to bring that up or build a staircase or something, because it does actually have 3 entrances, one at either end and then one on the front here. And one of the things about building something like this is that you need to come up with your design and then replicate your design, which I had to do on this wall here, as you might have seen. I struggled with this, and that is 100% my own fault, because I'm a kind of measure, never, cut once kind of guy. And when I put this wall in, I didn't correctly measure where it needed to go, and I accidentally built the entire wall 2 blocks back from where it was supposed to be, and then I had to tear it all down and build it all back up. And even then, after the time lapse, I noticed that this top section here was also built incorrectly. I'd accidentally lowered it down by 1 block because I forgot about all of these blocks here. Anyway, I had to fix all of that up, and it is now finished. So this is kind of called the barn, and it is a big barn. Let's go inside and we'll see what's going on in the end entrance here. If you come in this way, this is sort of the center doorway going in, and inside of here there will be 2 levels, the ground floor and the upper floor, and there'll be a floor here, but there will be above my head here a oval shaped cutout. Oh, it's hard to show on camera, but let me back up and see if I can do it. But just around, I'll do it on the floor. So just around this section here will be an oval shaped cutout, but up there, and the same here, an oval shaped cutout here, but up on this floor here, so that when you're standing up here on the top floor, you'll be able to go around the outside and access all of the villages along here, and then on the inside section of each end, you'll be able to look down to the lower level, sort of like a balcony. Maybe I'll just build it and then you can see what I'm talking about. Yes, have a look at that, see? We've got a couple of holes in the floor above and a staircase going up, so we can go from the ground floor up to the upper floor. So all along these sides here are going to be villager stations, just one space apart, so there's one here, one here, one here, and down on the bottom floor as well, we will have more villager stations all along here. I obviously need to do some lighting in here as well because we don't want any nasties coming in here and killing all of our villagers. But here you can get a sense of the height from the ground floor, which is why I wanted to have these cutouts here so that you weren't just feeling too trapped down here on the ground floor without any lovely height. I think the next job we've got to do is to get some villagers across because we need to breed them up. Now I do have, oh, it's dark here. Now I do have villager spawn eggs, which we obtained from previous versions when we got cheeky access to the creative menu in survival mode, sort of. But we're not going to do anything like that because where is the fun in that? We're going to transport some villagers across from Arboria. I'm sure this is going to go perfectly to plan. Hey, look who I found just hanging around. Hey. Don't eat my sheep. Just, here, you can keep me company. Well, I got this crazy dirt rail line going all the way to Arboria here, out of this platform here, which I built long ago and never actually expanded out this way, so villagers don't really come here. I've added a couple of doors here to try and encourage them into the big tree here. They do come in here, but not as often as in the main village. And it does seem rather quiet around Arboria today. Sometimes when you pop out here, it just seems awfully quiet without too many villagers around. And then other times it's just a madhouse. So my goal was to try and get at least 2 villagers across to the house because 2 villagers is all we need to breed. Where did that one go? My hope was that I could encourage them this way and then pop them into a rail cart. So let's get the rail cart on the track so that I can make my life a little bit easier. And then we'll see if we can get 2. Oh, cow! Then we'll see if we can get 2 across. It's almost like they know that I'm trying to capture them because every time I try and encourage them this way, they just run off into little nooks and crannies like this. Don't you want to go to your new place of happiness? Well, we finally have 1 ready to go. Oh, and I'm just waiting for number 2. And look, I didn't even have to ask. It just did it on its own. Now, I didn't put any powered rails down, so it's just a matter of pushing these 2 all the way to their new home. Let's go! And they should be pretty good. I'm just going to blockade them in just in case. Now that we're home, I should be able to just quite safely drop you down there into that water. Will you land and survive? Oh no. Now, I don't quite know what happened here, but I also threw myself into the water to test it, and I died because I forgot that you have to have water at least 2 high to survive a fall from height in these versions, so I don't know why that is. But then, as I came back here, because my spawn point was over at Arboria, so I took the nether back and came out the portal over there, and you're here. The first one died. It's the same fall height. Is it because the minecart from the other one was still there? I don't know. Perhaps what we'll do is we'll see if we can get you out of the cart and get you into this area here. What? Why can't I move you? I've got this weird feeling that the village is still up there, even though I'm seeing it down here. Oh! Yeah, isn't this strange? I don't know what to make of this. Maybe if I get the bucket. Okay, we're just going to experiment and see what happens. If I get some water and pop it here. It should cause the villager to flow, which it sort of is. I want you to go. I don't know what's happening. This was all a lot harder than I expected. This is actually the third villager that I've tried now. So hopefully when you get up to the edge, you'll be able to drop down below and not die. Did it die? Did it? What? Okay, we got a total plan B now. They have gotten so far ahead of me, but they are going to go that way straight into their new little breeding house. I don't know how they managed to get away so quickly. I think it's because the sun went down and they just went absolutely crazy and pushed themselves all the way there. And they definitely outran me. So I'm going to just follow along behind them. And by the time we get over to the house over there, I'm in the river. They should be, yes. They are all perfectly inside this new lovely little property. Now, I think I have this all set up correctly. We have doors underneath a solid block with skylight on this side because stairs count as skylight. And I've got this little gate here so that I can get in and out like this without the villagers escaping. So if I open you, hopefully you'll detect this house and go straight inside. You have. And you as well. Hopefully you will now detect this village. And my hope, fingers crossed, my hope is that they'll just start breeding now and we will have a supply of little villagers roaming around this little area here. And we'll be able to feed them into the trading hall here and build up the villages that we need for trading. So I'm just going to wait here for a while and see what they do. Or do you prefer not to be watched? I've been waiting for quite a while and I haven't seen any evidence of any breeding going on over here, so I don't quite know what's going wrong because I'm pretty sure that I have a valid village right here and there are 3 villages. There should be more than enough doors to encourage them to breed. So what I've done instead is I've looked up villager breeding in Minecraft 1.3. And over here I've built a villager breeder which is appropriate for the time and for the version that we're in. And I'm hoping that this will help. Whoa! I'm hoping that this will help us breed up our numbers, but I'm going to leave these 3 alone. I'm going to bring a few more across, and once I've done that, I'll show you how it works. Or doesn't work. We'll just wait and see. What's happening here? Look. These 2 villages, these are actually multiple villages. Look, you can see them all. Whoa! You can see them all in there. Wait, what? I'm playing on my multiplayer server and Minecraft is weird. All right, okay, this might explain it. And maybe this explains where all the villages are. There are a lot of villages in here. Sometimes the villagers like to climb up on top of this tree for some reason. And it looks like they've found a little hole and they are completely stuck in there. So I'm just going to break that leaf open and whoa, release the hordes, Look how many there are in there. Let's see if we can help you all get out. Oh my. I think we've solved the problem of why Arborea seemed so desolate recently. Off you go. Try and find a way home. Good luck. Okay, we're just going to pop you up the top. Don't go back down, please. And once you're inside of here, please go down. Oh, you've went over there. Why did you go over there? We want to pop him inside the hole here. Yes, okay. Now, once he's inside of the hole, what we have in here is basically this little door chamber here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of 5 doors here, so that's 25 doors, and you will be the only one here inside of this box. Lonely job, I know, but a necessary job. And down below we have another chamber which will have villagers inside of it that will be capable of breeding, and the villagers down there will detect the village up here, but they won't be able to reach the doors, and somehow that makes them breed more. So I'm just going to close this back up. And you're going to make a lot of noise in there. Get 2 more villagers at least for this section down below here. And cross my fingers that this all works. Oh boy, we are back in business. Look at this. We got one little baby right here. It just popped out of somewhere while I was off pushing a villager in here. But this is really great news. So this villager up here doing the village detection is doing its job. These villagers down here are doing their job. We don't want to talk about how they do that, but they're doing that job. And hopefully this little pit will be full of villagers very, very soon. I just came over to the ravine base for some supplies, and do you remember in my last episode, I said that my infinite golden apples were no longer working because when I pop them out of the device like this and pick one up, when I eat one now, of course it'll work now. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But if I pick this one up off of the ground, it disappears straight away. And again, look at this, disappears straight away. And that's because the stack size on these apples is 0 when they pop out of the machine here. And then as I eat them, they decrease by 1 and go down to -1, all the way down to 127, then back to positive 127, and then they go down from there. But they're no longer working the way that they used to. But there is a workaround apparently. If I bring up my inventory, pick up the golden apple, and right-click, and drop one down into the void there, or wherever it goes. Now the stack size is at -1, and that whole cycle of golden apples counting backwards will continue to work. Apparently I just got all my trading wrong last episode as well. If you put these Eye of Ender in one at a time like this to make a stack size of 2, no trade comes up. However, if you pop them in exactly, you do get your trade. Also, you can pop in more than your trade, and you will get your trade. So there you go. I was just being stupid. Things are starting to come together now. I've got these little villager bays where we'll have one villager in each bay, and I've also got some downstairs here as well. Because what I was thinking is that I might have different sections for different types of villagers. You know, your priests with their glowstone trades and things like that, and maybe upstairs we'll have some librarians with all of the trades that they have, and just sort them out around the rooms like this. But I thought, well, now that I've actually built some of these, we might as well populate them, right? Why don't we test out our villager breeder over here and see how it's been getting on? I made this bridge a little bit more permanent now. It's got some support beams to make it look like it actually has a purpose. And I can see there are quite a lot of little feet in here. Wow, okay. This breeder is working exceptionally well. All right, now I should just be able to load a cart right here, and we should, if I'm right, we should just catch a villager in it, really. I hope we will. There we did. We just caught one, and look at that, it's just come right out. So now all I need to do is just escort it back to its new home, and then we'll pop it into a slot. Well, right now I know that I want to put my librarians here upstairs, so we're going to pop you down in this section here, and you can go right in there. Now what I should do is I'll pop you right in. We'll get our fence post ready because that's going to be the thing that prevents you getting out. And then hopefully if I just do it quickly, you won't run away. Oh, what? No, where are you going? Oh, gee, okay. Just go back into... No, oh, no. Oh, this is not working out. How do I deal with this quickly? This is going to be a common problem, I imagine. We'll just do this and then this. Pop you back in there for now. Okay. Phew. Okay. Maybe I'll just push you in manually for now. Then we'll put the fence post. Then we'll break your minecart. Okay, that's much better. But can I break your minecart without you getting annoyed at me? Yes, and I even get it back. Okay, we got our first trade. It's a blacksmith. We're trading coal for emeralds. Okay, let's give you some. Oh no, I'm making a big mess of this. Let's give you some coal trade for an emerald and see if you'll refresh your trades or anything like that, because I just don't know what sort of other things you have to offer me yet. Let's see what we get. Iron pickaxe, not so great. And see what new trades we can get. You know, I've been very happy here just sorting out different villages. I've got my categories. I've got my white coat librarians up here. Down below, I've got my, these are the armorers, and over here are the toolsmiths. And up here in the back over there are the farmers. So things are coming along, although we do have a lot more slots to fill. So I definitely have more villages to sort through and figure out and get all of the best trades for and all sorts of things like that. What are you selling? Beef. Not very interesting. Actually, you're buying beef, aren't you? But still not very interesting. I don't tend to kill too many cows. This is working out quite well. I'm able to shunt the villagers right into the trading hall here and then just sort them out once I get them inside. And I had some trouble with this breeder. It is far too efficient. So I've had to, unfortunately, take the decision to cull all of the villagers and rebuild this base section out of stone. Originally, I did that because I thought that I might use a bucket of lava every now and then to just clean up the number of villagers in here. But then I realized that if I do that, I run the risk of accidentally killing all of them. So what I did instead was I built this little trap here so that in case this thing gets too full and the game starts to lag too much, I can pop down here and just pop that button and a whole bunch of villagers will just fall into the lava here and it should clean up the numbers. It won't get all of them because none of them, I mean, they won't all be standing on that exact spot for that exact moment, so that should be pretty good. But yes, as you can see, this thing has to rebuild up its numbers again from basically scratch. But that is all we have time for today, and I'm really satisfied with the progress we've made on the villager breeding barn, and I'll be sorting through these villagers even more through the next episodes to see if we can fill it up and get a really nice trading hall with some really good trades. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my wonderful patrons for all of the support and to all of you for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Until then, this has been Bugman CX. You've been watching Minecraft The Journey. Bye-bye.